Greetings, 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 family. Come on. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. Shout out your city, your vibe, your tribe, your mood. How you guys doing? If you can hear me okay. Shout out your
Perfect.
city, your vibe. I just checked. I can hear me okay. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Sister Gail. Hi. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. We'll wait for some people to come on in and get the notification. Miss Monica in the building. Welcome in. Come on in, guys. We have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of psyops happening, and they appear to be real, but they're simply just are not. So we're going to go ahead and truly just get started today. Guys, when you come in, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to this vibration, baby. Come on in. Come on in. One. All right, all right, all right. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Guys, if you'd like to book a session with me, I really missed this session. I've been pushing my quantum hypnosis session with past life regression, but oh my goodness, I've been back to doing these sort of sessions and they are just so fulfilling. Go ahead and book the quantum telepathic reading with energy medicine, guys. It is really dynamic. It is phenomenal. And you get to see me work against all time and space. You get to see me open up different templates. You get to see me channel past life, past life situations where these events originated from. It is truly dynamic. And then we give you a healing that is truly out of this world, guys. A full body scan and chakra balancing, soul integration, channel messages, right? Past life messages, the whole nine, guys. Go ahead and book this session today. There's some links down below. I'm not sure if this link is in there, but you can also go to the website Instructions for Humanity at gmail.com. Okay. Also, guys, if you would like a free session with my apprentices that I'll be doing this for the next few weeks, go ahead and just email Instructions for Humanity at gmail.com, guys. They've graduated from their 6 weeks course, and now we've moved on to level 2, where they work with clients. And can I say that you guys are doing phenomenal already? You guys are making me proud, and I will be in that session as well. So this could be your way to get a free session as well. So go ahead and email Instructions for Humanity at gmail.com, and I can see if you are a good fit for this. All right. Yes, Austin. I love it. Austin, I'm going to bring you up here. Austin, I am an apprentice. Book with us. There you go. See, I don't even have to promote this. Thank you. Austin, you are doing a phenomenal job. I mean, me and Austin, I think we kicked it off with the very first session from this series, and it is amazing. And we're going to do some group readings together, some group channeling, some group remote viewing. So that should be all pretty interesting, guys. It's about to get big. So thank you very much, Austin. Okay, all right. Where do I start? I think I should just start from the beginning and introduce to you who Chud is, really, because baby, Chud got himself into a little bit of a situation. Chud the Builder, girl. You can't even make this name up. It's like Bob the Builder, but it's Chud the Builder. This is like so weird. Well, anywho, guys, this thing is so psyopic to me that I don't even have time to even sit here. I'm going to let some videos that I found online just explain to you, because the moment I saw this and I saw him, and what essentially he does is he goes around kind of race baiting, and it's so obvious that this is a plant. It's obvious to me, at least. Let's just go ahead and take a look. He got himself in a situation that I think he kind of foreshadowed, maybe on purpose, maybe not on purpose. You know what I mean? And essentially, he goes around race baiting, calling people the hard ER, word, and then calling them you're chimping out, like you're, I don't know, like you're a monkey, but you're chimping out. But black people don't have monkey DNA. So it's really weird when what he's doing, it's very strange, but he's an op. If you didn't know, let me just tell you, he's an op. And this is for a bigger purpose, guys. We're about to get big with this thing. When I tell you what this is for, you're not even gonna believe it. You're not even gonna believe it. So I'm gonna play this video. It's about 12 minutes long. We're not gonna play the whole thing, but I want to get you guys caught up on who this man is. And I want y'all spidey senses to start kind of going off, because there's just too many weird things that says this is an op, this is an op. Yes, I see. Hi, Keisha. Hi, Keisha. Hi, Keisha. And yes, hi, Miss Sonia. We know you're still here listening in. And thank you for putting that in the chat. Hi, Keisha says hi T and the family. Hi. Okay. Shout out to Miss Sonia. Yes. Oh, guys, thank you so much. Miss Sonia's family did get their donations today. Thank you for everyone who donated to the family. So they were just overjoyed and really, really appreciated how we all came through for them. And we not lost, but Sister Sonia, she just went off to do her other work, right, in different realms and planets and stuff on the 12th of this month. So if you guys want to donate to her family, she did leave behind a very young family, daughter and son in their early 20s. Their daughter's 21. So if you want to donate to the family, you can still do that. You can donate to my Cash App. I guess I just left it down there. Also, I do have other ways you can donate through Zelle, but you can email me if you need any other information, but that would be greatly appreciated, because she did leave a young family behind, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this foolishness. This is absolute class A foolishness, but I want you guys to take a look at it. And then we're about to blow this case wide open, baby. I'm smelling galactic. Anybody else smelling galactic up in here? I am smelling galactic, but I really love this video. And this young man, he speaks very, very, he's very beautiful how he put this video together. I've never watched his channel before. It just kind of popped up. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. 1 second, guys. All right. I gotta find it again. Yep. Okay. Things just got bad. That's what it's called. All right. All right, guys. Let's see.
Now, for anyone who's been on social media recently, a lot of you guys are probably...
Oh, you won't be able to hear because I have headphones in. 1 second. Let me take it off. I don't know. Let me take that off. Yeah, so you guys can hear. Okay. Now you'll be able to hear. Oh, you heard? Oh, you heard. Was it loud enough? I'll just take it off anyway. Let's get back to it.
Probably heard about the streamer by the name of Chud The Builder. He's an IRL streamer who's been going viral online due to his extremely confrontational behavior in public. He has this rage bait persona that's centered around harassing random people for attention. And throughout a lot of these streams, one thing that's repeatedly stood out is the amount of racial harassment directed towards Black people specifically. Over the last few weeks, Chud The Builder has been getting a massive amount of attention online. But along with the views and viral clips, it's also brought a growing amount of controversy. A lot of innocent people have ended up caught in the middle of these confrontations, whether that's random people in public, workers, security guards, older people, people just trying to go about their day. And that's what's been making this entire situation so disturbing to watch. This person has just been going out of their way to make people's lives harder for absolutely no reason. In one viral clip, he's seen harassing a security guard trying to do his job, and as he walks away, he calls him a nigger.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, well, move there. Keep yourself, don't chimp out, dumbass nigger. No, I'm good. We're live. Don't touch me, lady.
In another clip, Chud can be seen harassing a group of older Black men sitting at a park, and he repeatedly uses racist language for them while filming them for content.
Why are you acting like
Acting like a what?
You heard me. Sit down.
Oh, sit down. If I stand up, what's the
Come on. Look at him.
His antics have led him to put himself in several situations where things could have gone very wrong for him. Because at the end of the day, when you're provoking strangers for reactions, sometimes you could run into the wrong one, which he actually did about a week ago.
Come on, peg me. Do something.
You think I'm waiting on cuz I'm worrying about
Come
that?
Oh,
on, do something.
And then he ended up calling the police on this guy.
But then he'll pull a gun out on you as soon as you do something. But I'm licensed to carry too. We both licensed to carry. I finally ran into him. He got his, I got mine. But he on the phone with the police. He just obviously started with somebody.
I like making my podcast. I don't like making.
All right.
Because in all these situations, he keeps on stating that he's armed after confronting these innocent people, which I just find really ironic and funny. Now, Chud The Builder, real name Dalton Eartherly, I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure. Let's just call him Dalton, is currently facing decades behind bars for a recent shooting that occurred, and he ended up getting hit with attempted murder.
The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is pursuing charges against Etherly for criminal attempted murder, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon.
Wait a minute. His name is Etherly? Baby. Come on, baby. You can't make it up. My spidey senses is going off, but let's continue.
Etherly is also facing a separate criminal case in Nashville.
So let's talk about this criminal case. A few days ago, he walked into a steakhouse and started live streaming. When staff asked him to stop, he became disruptive and started using racist language toward them.
Hey, Bob's Steakhouse. Don't take care of it. Oh, no, we're not paying shit. Y'all are kidding.
And then when they tried to remove him, he said, "I'm not paying if you're kicking me out," and refused to pay his $371 bill. He got charged with disorderly conduct and theft of services. Now, eventually, things would take an even darker turn, and this is when we get to the shooting. A few days ago, Chud The Builder ended up involved in a shooting outside a courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee. According to authorities, there was allegedly some type of confrontation between him and another man outside the Montgomery County Courthouse. And according to investigators, that confrontation eventually escalated into gunfire. Both Chud, Dalton, and the other man ended up suffering gunshot wounds during the incident before being transported to nearby hospitals in stable condition. Now, at the time of me recording this video, authorities still haven't publicly identified the second man involved in the shooting, but I'm sure he was a Black man because that's what he likes to do, right? And investigators also haven't publicly released every detail surrounding exactly what led up to the altercation. But what we do know is this: after the investigation, the police took him into custody and officially hit him with multiple felony charges, including attempted murder, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. And according to reports, during his arraignment in court, the judge specifically mentioned the seriousness of the allegations, alongside concerns surrounding public safety, due to the shooting happening outside a courthouse with multiple people nearby. So they basically said, "You, sir, are a danger to the community."
You're charged in count 1 of criminal homicide, 39-13-201. That's an A felony. It's punishable by 15 to 60 years in the state penitentiary. I'm going to set initial bond at $1.25 million. $1.25 million.
And the judge made the decision to set his bond at $1.25 $5 million. Now, things are really bad for Chud because here's the thing. Aside from the fact that he's facing multiple felony charges tied to this shooting outside the courthouse, which of course included attempted criminal homicide and the judge describing it as a felony, which by the way carries a possible sentence of anywhere between 15 to 60 years in prison. But that wasn't the only thing that stood out during the hearing, because prosecutors also revealed that Chud was already apparently out on bond in multiple other cases at the time of this incident allegedly happening. One of them was the restaurant situation. And then he also had a hearing the same day of the shooting over a case that involved a $3,000 debt allegedly owed to a credit card company. And according to court records, it is a civil case, and it was filed in February on behalf of a company called Midland Credit Management. There's an old saying that if you go looking for trouble long enough, eventually trouble is going to find you. And that's basically what happened here. I'm just kind of surprised that someone like this manages to build an actual platform and have some type of name. I don't know what kind of people follow this person. I mean, it's just really weird and crazy to me. And what's really interesting about this entire situation is a lot of the stuff that Chud had been saying leading up to this particular situation. Chud had already posted multiple social media posts online that are now surfacing online. In one post on Twitter, he wrote, "Series finale is dead chimp on a pavement. And you monkeys riding when I walk free. Stay tuned." So his thing is he calls innocent black people, he's harassing chimps, among many other things. And then in another post, Dalton allegedly wrote, "I will defend my life with lethal force. Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm."
Okay, I want to stop right here. This was posted, I believe, the day before the incident. To get you guys caught up, there's a guy, he does, goodness, these dango YouTubers. First Charlie Kirk, and now this guy. I mean, this guy's a little bit more bold. Charlie had a little bit more decorum when he did his dog whistle. But nevertheless, it's still the same pipeline. This guy goes around race baiting, calling people the N-word, and then he wrote this or tweeted this probably, I want to say the day before or within days of an incident that would happen, which I believe it is a psyop. This thing, guys, has went interstellar. Nothing is as it seems. So in order for me to really, really ground into this and explain everything, I'm going to have to get galactic with it. We're going to have to go out in order to now push back in. But he said, "I will defend my life with lethal force." What does that sound like? Lethal, death. I will defend my life with death. He's already telling you, I will fight to my death, right? Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm. They're already setting up the psyop because the psyop went exactly just like this tweet, right? And then, series final. So a series finale, like the season finale, right? Is dead chimp. This is what he calls black people, even though black people don't have Neanderthal or monkey DNA. But I digress, Season finale essentially is a dead chimp or a dead black person on the pavement. And you monkeys rioting, black people rioting, when I walk free. Stay tuned. Now, to most people, probably like, why are you laughing? Because, guys, once you reach a certain level, let's just stop this here. Once you reach a certain level of expansion, these things are not only expected, it's just like there isn't any sort of like, I'm not emotionally synced in to this field or template. I'm not emotionally synced into, where everyone else is. They're still worried about race. They're still worried about, yo mama jokes and all of this. I'm not there. In fact, I had this happen to me last year. A guy walked past me and he was like, "What up, nigger?" It's like hard ER. This white guy didn't faze me. I have no connection. There isn't a connection to, it's not even the word or hate. I simply live in a different sphere. Not even a rim. I live in a whole different sphere. There isn't anything like that that could affect me. I'm so far removed from something like that, that will actually do that person more harm for saying it than actually spewing it to me. Because what happens when you don't react? That person is left in their own energy, right? Remember that message, pick it up, put it in your tea, stir it up. What happens when you don't react? That person is left with their own energy. Okay, I want to ground into the psyop, right? And I knew it was a psyop the moment I saw it, right? But I didn't know how much of a psyop that it was. And I've been busy, so I'm just starting to put together these codes. I know it's a psyop, but just how much of a psyop is it? Is my question, right? So give me a second. I'm doing some automatic drawing over here on this guy's energy. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Yep. Yeah. I'm doing some automatic drawing on this guy's energy. Let me just say this. Look, baby, we're about to just speed this thing up. I'm just gonna start doing when I channel through light language, all the messages and codes just come in like that. I'm gonna start speeding these readings up. But nevertheless, see, this guy was hired. He's a governmental op. And here's the thing: you could be an op and you don't know it. How Sway? How can you be an op and you don't know it? Well, the thing about it is some ops the government approaches to be an op, like Charlie Kirk was a op. He was an op. And in the beginning, it was like, does Charlie know he's an op? Does he not know he is an op? To some extent, he knew he was an op because he was trying to get out, This guy may be an op, and I think he knows he's an op, okay? I think he was hired. I think in the beginning, maybe they saw him on YouTube. Here's the thing. This guy, let me explain it to you, then it's about to get interstellar. Right? Because nothing has ever been the same, right? Since a few weeks ago. This guy saw a pipeline. Hey, if I align with the red hats, if I align with the MAGA bots, with the far right, look how much good it did for Charlie. Look how much money Charlie got. But Charlie had a little bit more decorum than this guy. This guy said, look, I ain't got the Charlie Kirk time. Maybe I probably got some bills to do. I got about 3 months to make this thing hot. So I'm just going to have to speed it up and say the most wildest stuff. I'm going to go around with a camera. I'm going to antagonize Black people. I'm going to call them the N word. I'm telling them I'm strapped and that I'm carrying. And then I'm going to leave a tweet that I'm about to kill and murk somebody. And then it actually happens the next day or so. It's like, I ain't got a lot of time. I got to speed this psyop up because he is an op. He's working for the government, baby. They don't have a lot of time. Here's the thing, Chud. And that's not your name. But I want to start to look at a few things because, my spidey senses is starting to spidey sense. Starting to spidey sense. Let me look at a few things. Chud. An internet slang insult used to describe someone, usually a man, who is rude, boorish, unintelligent, and holds regressive political views. I think regressive is a very interesting word to use in this case. But yes, he holds regressive, political views. It is frequently used as a derogatory label for far-right reactionary or internet troll. Well, dang, well, that's who he is. Well, now we know why he got that name, right? Chud is used as a blanket insult to dismiss someone as a unlikable loser or gross chronologically online individual. Dang, Chud, you really living under that vibration. Political usage. Left-lean users often use it specifically to mock or condemn far-right reactionaries. Okay. And then it's also evolved into a more general for full jerk troll across many online gaming and social media. Okay. So when you look at this man, you're looking at a fool, a troll, and you're looking at someone who uses a blanketed insult to dismiss someone's wait, hold on. No. Here we go. No, don't get me off my channel. You're looking at someone unintelligent, rude, boorish, and holds regressive political views. Okay. Now, his last name is like Etherly. What does that sound like to you guys? Etherly. To me, it sounds like earth and it sounds like ether. Hold on. We're going to build this thing. Sounds like earth and it sounds like ether to me. Etherly. I'm going to find out the meaning of this. Well, it says that it derives from an old English personal name, Ader. Sounds like Adolf, girl. Meaning wealthy or prosperous, combined with Lee, meaning metal or clearing. Okay, hold on. I'm building. No, Chud, you ain't building, baby. I'm building something. And baby, I think you need to sit down because I think class is in session. Hold on. Listen, guys. We got open this race template back up, baby, because something don't smell right. Something ain't right here. We got Chud, right? Now we're looking at his birth last name. Wealthy, prosperous, but combined with Lee, L-E-Y, we got meadow or clearing. Clearing is the word I'm looking at. So we got a clearing of the wealth. This is the vibe. It's the clearing of the wealth. Remember the last few channels, I was channeling Robin Hood energy. You know what Robin Hood did? Stole from the rich and gave to the poor. But now, remember, I was getting the reverse Robin Hood, where they steal from the poor to give to the rich, or they steal from the impoverished to give to the ones that are not impoverished, or they steal from, remember in the automatic drawings with Donald Trump, he had some slaves anchored down in his lower chakras. And he even said through a channel that this is how their family got their wealth, through slavery, through chattel slavery, through actually, and I think it's deeper than that, even not just slaves from back in the day. If you look at his entire history, he's always had, you know, people work for him, building on his projects that are a little less fortunate. So we get this reverse Robin Hood energy here. It's about to get big, guys, and we're going to go galactic. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, everyone. Okay, now it's about to get big. So we're going back to Chud. This is his name, girl. This is his street name, girl, but it ain't even a good, it's not even a good meaning. It means rude, boorish, unintelligent, hold regressive political views. And it's a derogatory name. And then we switch to his last name. We get essentially taking money leaving, clearing, actually, money being cleared away. Now, I want us to look at Chad. He's the young white male. And we got this money going away from this young white male. Stay with me. Then we get his first name, Dalton, which means a unit of mass. So it's like, you know, like in chemistry. I want to look up a little bit more what that means. I'm really drawn to it being this sort of chemical, alchemical thing. So Dalton is a unit of mass used in physics, chemistry, and biology to express the mass of atoms and molecules. It is exactly equal to 1/12 of the mass of a carbon-12 atom. Okay? You know, melanated people are carbonated beings. Melanated, carbonated, carbonation, carbon beings. Stay with me. We're going back to that. We're going back to yesteryear. We're going back to the energy of using melanin codes for fuel. Okay? So big psyop underway. Let me ground into this. I'm building all of this just right now, building all of this just right now, Dalton. So we get Dalton, a unit of mass used in physics, chemistry, and biology to express the mass of an atom or the atom. See, Adam is supposed to be the first man, but what we're really talking about is the atoms, where all things are comprised of atoms. And it is equal to 1/12 of the mass of a carbon-12 atom, aka let's replace carbon-12 with, let's say, melanated man. I want to put black man in there. That's where I want to put, because we got to get back to the original atom. Catch it? So we're dealing with the original man, the carbon-based man, and we're dealing with the 12 atom, carbon-12. I always talk about 12. 12 has been a big theme happening recently. Sister Sonia passed away on the 12th. My father went into the hospital on the 12th. That was, his last day at home. There's been a lot of energy around the 12. And remember, Christ had 12 disciples, making him the number 13. We actually have 13 moon cycles. We actually have a 13th sign. All of these things are hidden usually, but now everyone's starting to know about the 13th. So we have to put the vibration on the 12 for the ending, the end of a calendar year, the end of when the clock strikes 12, right? The end of captivity for the Israelites, the 400 years of slavery is over. It's the end of that, right? So what we're looking at here, we want to put into this place here. We're going to pop in an element. I feel like this is about to get big. And I did good in chemistry 1. I got an A because my teacher was awesome. Chemistry 2, girl, I'm just not so sure if I can remember. But I want to do something here. We're building something. I'm not sure what we're building, Chud. So we're going to put DA here. DA. I'm going to put carbon. I want to say carbone. We're dealing with the 12-strand DNA. It's all 12 vibration. So we're dealing with the carbon man, the melanated man. We're dealing with the original man. But we're also putting emphasis on endings. For some reason, a lot of things end in 12 within this vibration, this construct that we're in. We are putting an emphasis on an ending. But the ending of 12 is the activation of 13, which is the secret sauce, which is the truth, which is the things that were hidden. So this is why there's a mass awakening and endings happening in people's life. I know you're like, girl, what does this have to do with it? It's all relevant. Stay with me. I'm building. We're going to get into Baal as well and bring those elements in here. So we're dealing with endings that lead to not only a new beginning, but it is a beginning outside of this construct as we know it. Okay? That's what we're dealing with. Now let me continue. I got to bring all these pieces, and we're going to start popping these pieces into place, because there is an ending of something. And I already know what it is, but I guess, tell you a little bit, and then we'll ground back into Baal, see how Baal fits in to this, right? Now, this guy has already said verbatim what he was about to do. He already said it. So, I'm going to bring that up. He said, I will defend my life with lethal force. Shoot to kill. Do not approach me. He was very clear-headed when he wrote this. Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm. Season finale, dead chimp on the pavement. So what we're looking at, here's the thing. We got two sides fighting here. Going back to the Jacob and Esau backfighting in the womb. Candace Owens, remember, was Rebecca, the mama of that. We got twins in her womb. We're looking back at that. Okay? They've been fighting for, who gets to be the ruler of this next age, right? That we're going into this over 2,000 years. They want to stay in control, right? But the problem is it's the end of a cycle. It's the end of a 12 vibration, a sun cycle. We're entering into the number 13th vibration. So within the ending that leads to this magical, mystical beginning, where you have to have a certain sort of resonance and a certain sort of code activated within you, 12-strand DNA, which also included your dragon DNA coming online as well, all of your other extraterrestrial codes coming online as well. If you're still worried about black and white, you're not going to make it, because guess what? Some of you guys have beings that are not of flesh and blood on your spirit team, and you must know them in this new 13th vibration. So this old way of everything we've been taught is all going down the drain. We get this reverse Robin Hood energy, where it's not stealing from the rich to give to the poor, it's stealing from the poor because they want and need to drain every bit of everything out of the old system. This QN Chud, the builder, the deconstructor. It's not a builder. He's telling you it's a mirroring, right? He is to deconstruct and to withhold the 12th strand from ascending into the vibrational 13. It's to keep the carbon man, right? We need more blood and more energy from this carbon man. Ooh, I think I've tapped into whoever is saying this. I think I'm looking into a control center, girl, and I'm seeing the beings that are saying, look, bring me my carbon 12. We need the carbon 12 beings. They're the only ones that can power the matrix. Just saying. That's where we're going with this. Hey, it worked for how many years? Look through history. How many years have they been building kingdoms off the back of the less fortunate ones? Off the back of the carbon 12 man and woman. How many years have they been doing that? Well, this vibration is over. So we need to cue in, like he said, the season finale. He's the deconstructor. He's the bowl constructor. He's not a builder. He's the one that comes in to crash it. Only I don't know if he knows that. He thinks he's plugged into the psyop to get, Black people riled up so that they can get Black people on the street. Because here's the thing, guys. Everyone's been talking about, hey, how come Black people are not marching? How come they're not out here for No King's Day? Where are the Black people at? Don't they care about the gas prices and the food prices? And you know what Black folks was saying? We told you this was happening to us 50, 60, 70, 400 years ago. But you didn't recognize it until the shoe was on the other foot. You didn't recognize it until it hit home. Because remember what I said, you won't pass through anything unless that mirror. This is why you're here. The only way to grow and to expand is to meet face to face in the mirror, experience the polarities, the duality, to now find transcendence. So the Black folks was telling you, the carbon 12 folks were telling you, the Adams, the Adam was saying, look, we're under pressure. This has been happening. They're eating our children. They're hanging us after church, girl. It's a picnic. you know, literally. Like, we told you, but you didn't know until now. And get this. A lot of the, you know, suspected racists, they actually voted for Trump because they wanted to partake in these things energetically. They wanted the Make America Great Again. They wanted back the days where it felt like they had power over other nations. And when I say nations, because, you know, there's a lot of different nations within America. I have to say it like that because this is I'm in the minds of them. They wanted us to feel powerful, even though most of them are in trailer parks all over America, and they're on the EPT, and they're getting the Medicare and the Medicaid and the, you know, all of that. But if they could feel big, they want to feel bigger than the program, than the carbon-12, than the atom. It's all a facade. And it's a fake system that's being deconstructed. So what Chud tells you he's building, he's actually part of the psyop to tear it down because it can't stay, because it is the end of the 12th vibration. Everything collapses. And when we start this show again, we start within a higher sphere, a higher vibration, and it now accounts for the number 13. It accounts for the magic, for the creation. It accounts for the galactic sphere. It accounts for timelines and dimensions and parallel universes. It accounts for the mystical aspect of life. It accounts for the spiritual, the divine feminine. This is where we're going. And so the 12 is already here. There's nothing left to do but one more psyop. Chud. QNU, Chud. If you didn't know you're an op, I'm going to explain it to you how you're being used. QUN, because QUN, Q. Someone look that up. QUN. What does that mean? So QUN, they need the energy. They're sitting in their control center, all of these beings, like, what's going on? We're losing energy on the earth. Oh my God. All of the portals are opening. Oh my God. Humanity is getting so unsoul tethered from the parallel universe that I told you guys about the other day. The sister Sonia pointed me to, that there is underneath us a firmament that we need to be really worried about because it is binding us down. We're trying to leave because no matter what color you are, what is powering us is the original atom. What is powering us is the carbon-12. All everybody else has to do is sit back and enjoy the ride. Just don't get in the way. That's it. Because this thing is taking off. And this thing doesn't want to hurt you. It's only coded for evolution. But you got the Chud builders of the world and the Charlie Kirks of the world and the Donald Trumps of the world and all of that. They will tell you the opposite because they have to tell you that, because part of their set of beings that they work for, they need the carbon-12 to power this 3D matrix. So they're in their control room and like, where? I can't say it. Where are the, you know what? You know, like what Chud is saying. Where are they? Yes. If you know, then you know. Don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood. Anyone? The doorbell. When he enters the convenience store. But so here's the thing. They're saying, wait a minute, they're not out. What's going on? The carbon-12 beams, they're not out fighting. We need our energy. We're losing this fight. QN Chud the Builder. He can do it. Give him a gun. Give him viewers. Put him all over the algorithm. The demonic algorithm. Put him there. Oh, dang, we used our Charlie Kirk up too much. Now we need another one. Chud, come on in. I know you can do it, buddy. Listen at me. Take this gun. Take this money. We need you to use the hard ER. He's like, really? Can I really say? Yes, don't worry, buddy. We got you. We're back here watching in the control center. We got you, buddy. We need you to use it. And then we need you to antagonize these people to get them out on those streets because we need our energy. We're losing this fight, man. This is it. Seriously. This is it. We're losing the fight. So you're going to have to call them monkeys and chimps and be unafraid, because we are watching from an undisclosed water tower, surveillance center, data center near you. And don't you worry, if you get harmed, we will be there by your side. We need you to go and rally up the troops. And we're going to blast you all over the algorithms. And we're going to get the people that, you know, have one tooth in the trailer park and they're on all the benefits. We're going to get them to follow you. Because after all, those are the new people that we plan to enslave, the far right Christians, because they're stupid, is what they're saying. Because we tried to actually re-enslave the Black people, but they didn't go for it for some odd reason. So we still need slaves. We'll get them. Don't worry. We won't have you as a slave if you're going to help us, right? You're going to help us, Chud. That's what you need to do. You're going to help us. That's what you need to do. We got to get the carbon-12 energy. If the carbon-12 energy wakes up, then this whole operation goes down. You can enjoy those fancy steaks that you ran out on in the restaurant. You ran the bill up to $300-400 and you said you wasn't paying. Baby, isn't that what you say about the carbon-12 people? That they dine and dash, baby? Well, how come you ain't pay your bill, baby? He was out on California dreaming. He was already out on bond. He didn't pay a $400 bill, ended up having a $5,000 bond. So he was already out on bond. And then he got hit with the, you know, the $1.5 million bond after he shot a veteran. And then he shot himself at the same time. It's all very weird. It's like, did they not teach you, Chud, how to operate the firearm? You know, I think he just thought it was all for show. You know, he didn't realize that he had to put real skin in the game, you know, because do I think Chud's a racist? No, I really don't. I think he needs this. I think it's a money grab. I think he was promised something. That's what I think. So let's continue. That's what they're saying. They need it. We need the carbon-12 people out on the streets, because that's the energy that powers and keeps everyone alive, Chud. That's the problem. This is why we need you to be the racist that we know you can be. Dig deep, Chud. We know that you can be this racist. We need the carbon-12 people outside. We need them outside. And that is why he is doing what he's doing. Now, the end of this 12 vibration, the end of time, the end of the clock that just keeps repeating 1 through 12, that's gone. The number 13, like I told you, is the black dot. The carbon dot in the middle of the clock that controls the hands of time. That is who you truly are. You are the one that controls the time. But they've had you stuck in just the 12 calendar months and all of that. But when we go interstellar, intimacy, you got to go intimacy, have intimacy with yourself, into me, I see, intimacy with others, pull out the darkness and the denseness, and then boom, now you are standing in the vibration of the black dot, because now you're able to control what? Your emotions, carbon-12 people. That's why they need you, because they're synced into the carbon-12 emotional body. And the emotions is in the energy of water. And therefore, it is the best thing to use to imprint. This is why the data centers use so much water, because those data centers are actually broadcasting a signal to imprint through the waters, through your emotional waters, through pulse waves. I'm seeing both in the sky towers and underneath the ground, you know, your 6, 7G, 8G technology, right? That's what they're using the water for. They're trying to get the right, you know, temperature or energetic signal to capture back that emotional body, imprint, and take their slaves back. And when I mean take their slaves back, I mean everybody, girl. Everybody working on the corporate plantation. So this is the situation we find ourselves in as humanity. So we all have an invested interest, whether you know it or not, to freeing the carbon-12 beings, because they are the ones that will take us to the 13th vibration. They were the ones, their energy will get us up out of this. But see, they've trained people to be against the carbon 12 people. And that's the problem that we have. This is why we're not ascending. It's just the truth. It is just the truth, you know? Cannot tell a lie. These are the source codes. Now, something very interesting. I want to switch gears. I want to switch some gears here. Hey, baby. Baby, I got your number. Don't you worry. Okay, sorry. Listen. Listen, oh. Listen, oh. Here we go. I got to show y'all something. It's about to get deep. Get deep, baby. When the channeling is good, it's just good. Okay, hold on. Let me show you something. Yeah. Let me show you something. Now, let's take a look at this. AI. What's on the world stage? We got AI. We got AI. But we also got bow energy. B A L. Okay. Now let's look at the last part of bow. BAAL. We got AL, we got AI, or we got aluminum, which is a silvery, white, soft, non-magnetic metal represented by the chemical symbol AI. And that chemical, I was drawn to the chemical symbol of Dalton, of his name, Da, carbon 12. Let's keep reading. Represented by the chemical symbol AI and atomic number 13. You can't make this up. Atomic number 13, the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust. Oh no, baby. I want to do like this. So, baby, see, this is the telepathic imprint. This is like rain. This is raining down. What they doing with this? They're sprinkling this somewhere, girl. It's giving sprinkle, sprinkle. Shout out to you, Shira. That's what it's giving. So you can't make it up. We got AI on the world stage. We got aluminum, right? And then we get the symbol for aluminum AI, the atomic number 13, the most abundant metal on Earth. The 13 is the Christ. Catch it? All right. Let me look down here. Let me see. My hair is stuck in my mouth. Okay, here we go. So let me just take a look at this. Electrical and thermal conductivity. Though it possesses about 60% of the electrical conductivity of copper, Lord Jesus, Yahuda. Guys, the carbon 12, when we talk about the copper color race, these are the ones that would be here on North America. These would be the Israelites, the Judeans, from the galactic sphere. These would be from the tribe of Judah. They are the copper colored race that were enslaved here on this land. I got a message telling you, Sister Sonia should be like, girl, it's like I get it. I catch everything that she's sending. A few days ago, I brought something up. Something came into my mind's eye, and I had awareness. It was talking about the carbon-based or copper color beings being, I'm going to get the right word, a conductor, semiconductor of energy. Here's the thing. This is what they're using melanation for. The melanin codes is running the whole matrix. I'm smiling because I'm creating something with that. It's a whole thing, but listen. Now we bring in not only carbon. See, when I talk about carbon, I'm talking about sub-Saharan African. I'm talking about, we talking about Sudan dark. We're talking about being so dark that you know that they're black. The skin is black or blue black. That's what we're talking about when we get the carbon. And these are like ether beings, 9 ether beings. That's what we're talking about. But I talked a little bit about copper. I'm talking now a little bit more about the group of people or tribe of people that I come from, the copper colored race, right? This is all still part of the 12 tribes of Israel. We got the number 12 yet again. What happens next? The 13th. There's a 13th tribe. There's a 13th tribe. I'm feeling this in my spirit. It's a hidden tribe. And I think that tribe is the Judaians, the group of extraterrestrial beings that we spoke about, the Melchizedeks, the Messiahs, the Melchizedeks, the Judaians, all of those. They're not in this realm, but it's given the vibe that that is what I'm plugging into. That's what I'm getting. And they're back. But they can't just come in foolishly. So how will we get them here? We got to look to all of this, the elements. We got to look to the fallen stars that are coming. Maybe they're not so fallen like we were taught. Maybe they're pretending to fall just to get down here. I'm getting this now in the channel. We will build on this. So here's the thing. Electrical and thermal, baby, thermal energy, conductivity. This is all about the copper race. This is why we needed to have the copper Judaians, tribe of Judah, here to America, because America is the original, Egypt. It's the original Holy Land over in Utah. That's the land of Judah. Egypt is in all over, really. There's parts of Egypt, fragmented pieces. Part of it, I believe, is in Tennessee, where this fool, Doughton, that's his name, Chud. I didn't say it. He said it. Where this fool is from. They're pointing us to what's happening here. We're going back. Remember I was talking about the days of Noah? But he was doing all this stuff in Memphis, Tennessee. He would go there and try to, rile up Black people and call them, words and slurs and stuff. And then, tell them they were chimping out and all that stuff. So he's doing it is essentially in Egypt. That's where he's doing all the work from, all of the stuff from. He was doing it in a place where you would find the original carbon-12 beings or atoms. So he's antagonizing the 12-strand DNA. He's antagonizing the original carbon-based beings, which they're just one generation from the 13th tribe. So what he's doing, he's antagonizing the 13th tribe. They're trying to hold that off from coming here. They're trying to hold it off. So they use tools like this that are not builders, but deconstructors of energy. So this electrical conductivity of copper, it's lightweight and makes it the industry standard for high voltage power transmission lines. I'm done. I'm done. You can't make it up. You cannot make this up. So we get the copper color race that came to, this is Egypt. This is really, girl, it's given, I'm hearing Lemuria. I wanted to say Africa. I'm hearing Lemuria. Mu. I'm going to check that in the chat in a minute. QUN. I'm coming there. I got to stay on this channel. So this is what they needed, the copper color. They always needed the copper color race here because it's the industry standard. This is tribe of Judah. This is the tribe that the Christ incarnated into. It's the industry standard for high voltage power transmission. What am I doing right now? I'm giving you guys a transmission. This is a transmission. Where am I getting this from? I'm getting this from the carbon 12. I'm getting this from the Messiahans. I'm getting this from my own DNA. We are semiconductors conducting electrical energy, thermal beings. Not just 9 ether beings, 12 ether beings. And we are here to help everyone rise out of the matrix. It's a byproduct of the evolution. When these 9 ether beings, or the 12-strand DNA, or the 12 tribes of Israel, I want to say 12 tribes of Judah. Think all of this is happening within the Judah body, but it is still the 12 tribes, but I think it has to go through the Judah body first. This is why the Judah body, the history puts so much emphasis on, slavery here in America, even though there was slavery all over the Caribbean, and even though those are also Israelites. But now we understand, why did history put so much emphasis on this? Because they needed the copper. They needed this for building, for rebuilding, reconstructing. After they did a 1-2 switcheroo and changed history, changed the locations of everything. My father used to say they turned our world upside down, literally. That he would take a map and he would turn it upside down and said, now look at it. Australia's not down under, it's on top. What you think is on top is under. So they needed the whole psyop to reconstruct the lie. And we've been living in the lie. And so when you ask, how come the gas prices is up and the food and this and that, it's because it's the end of the line, the end of the lie. It's a deconstruction period, because the 12th vibration has been finally reached, and literally it's like a code where it's like access granted. We finally stopped giving our emotional energy, our thermal electrical energy, because we are semiconductors to the matrix, tether connected into the matrix. And now we talk about, so here's the thing. Okay, that's aluminum. Let's get off of that. I'm gonna be here all night, but let me flow. And then it's the AI too, which is very interesting. So now I want to switch gears here, and let me bring this up. So now I got to show you guys something. This came up in a client session last week, and we had a good session. Listen, BAL, B-A-A-L, aluminum, and what is this one? This one is barium, or barium. This is what BAL is, the entity. This is what it is. It's element. Well, they say God is the highest extension of the mind, using elements and matter to express itself. This channel took a back door into the elements and into the carbon, into the matter, into the atoms to find expression. And I have to give a shout out to this client, because we were able to find this. This is all about the tying together. See, when people come to me for healing, no one comes to Mother of the Ages by accident. Every single person, you come through this door, it's you, your higher self has already set this meeting up, because you come here for the codes. You came here to get something very specific. Here's the thing. I said it in third person, like I'm not her. But I don't feel like I am. I'm just allowing the flow of the energy. Listen, this popped up in her session. You know, this is a Caucasian woman. However, she kind of has that thing going on, you know, where when you look at her, you don't see a white woman. It's very interesting. It's like the Dolores Cannon effect, girl. It's like, I know you're supposed to be white, but girl, I just don't see it. I see a sister. Like, that's what I see. And you know why? Every time we see someone like that, they're getting closer and closer back to their original 12 carbon states, guys. Don't get fooled by the skin color, because we put on different earth suits every time we come up in here. I've had so many incarnations in Europe where I was white, and you're not going to sit up here and tell me that I'm not awakened and that I can't ascend, baby, because I just understand it from doing a lot of past life that thing is a lie. Okay? What you're feeling when you feel that resonance, right? You're feeling that this person is, as you know, is closer to their original 12 strand, their original carbon-based Mayat. Source. Source, I don't know what Source is doing, but baby, Source is doing a big one. They're closer to their carbon-based Mayat. Mayat is, people think it's a deity from ancient Egypt. I had an incarnation as Mayat. Mayat is universal law and code. Where do you think all of these elements and matter that, you know, expresses itself for you to experience God come from? There has to be something set up for that to exist. It is the universal law of Mayat. So when you feel that resonance, you're feeling that this person is in alignment back with their carbon-based Mayat, the original universal law and code status, as I hear it. So in her session, it was interesting. A lot of her indigenous ancestors started to come through. I was doing a light language, and it was very indigenous, chanting and all of that. Started to awaken. This is what popped up. Al popped up. See, she was, and I can't remember this, but man, this was such a dynamic session. See, she was before it felt like recorded history. You know, we were really, really experiencing, I think, the year of 8. It's before they even started to record this thing. Well, Bao came. She didn't know it was Bao. She came from a place, there was nothing but goodness, love and light, positivity. So when now she meets this energy, you know, she's like, oh, let me, come on in, Bao. Let me tell you my secrets. I got you. You want to know how to heal? Come on in, buddy. I'll show you. Yeah, he was sitting there grinning, taking all that in. What else? What else? Then we found where he mutated. He mutated this star being. And this is how we get this. Now we get barium, and aluminum. And that session, I witnessed that, the fragmentation. And this is how the Bao energy started to work itself as a element and matter. So this is how it became a godlike status that it has. It's like the godlike or the Lord on the opposite polarity of evil. In the year of 8, this mutation happened. Okay, I want to let you know where that came from. Now, source codes. Barium is a soft, silvery, alkaline earth metal, Ba. Atomic number 56, which is 11, which is a master number. Highly reactive. It is never found as a free element in nature. It is widely used in oil and gas well drillings, fluids, fireworks, and X-ray images as barium sulfate. Most soluble barium compounds are highly toxic. Highly toxic. And it's very interesting that this is used in X-rays. What do we have right now on the world stage? We have the AI, we have the data centers, we have the technology, the 7G, 6G, 7G, 8G technology that can see through walls, that can X-ray, operate as X-ray. We're getting a polarity energy here, with this never really showing up in nature as a free element in nature. So what does this tell you? This thing has to be tethered, connected, and synced into something that will help it power itself. That's what I'm getting. Give me a second. While barium sulfate is safe to swallow due to the insolubility, most water or acid-soluble barium compounds are highly poisonous. Go figure. Ingesting high levels can result in a mucus, muscle weakness, gastrointestinal disturbance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who's next? But just replace that word with the F word. You know, come on, coming to America. Y'all know. So here's the thing, guys. What did Source tell me to do? Why did I do almost 110 days of juice fasting? Source said you need to get into that gut. Something's coming. Something is coming, and the gut needs to be clear. When we talk about the gut, we're also going to sacral chakra. I am telling you, the past few days, it speaks about this frequency that you need to attune yourself to in the Cosmic Bible, because it talks about this is how you're going to safeguard yourself for not only what is here, but what is yet to come. Now you have to go and read the Cosmic Bible. You have to read it. It's the Great Expansion. If you're in the Cosmic Ministry, we need to start digging through this body of work. But here's the thing. The frequency speaks about in this book that the humanitarians, we need to be attuned to this, because this is how we're going to safeguard ourselves. Humanity is getting an upgrade in the heart. There is an expansion coming in, because it's time to take off and to stop being tethered, connected to the lie, Doubting. The lie is dead, because the 12 carbon beings, the cosmonauts, the 12-strand DNA, it's time for the 13th tribe to come. So the 12th vibration has to fully awaken and collapse this old paradigm. But they sent him out there, and the Charlie Kirks of the world, to try to hold it off as much as they could, but they can't do it, because it is the end. They just need to face it. It's the end. Friend, we have to expand. It's the end. It's the end of an age. It's the end of a portal. It's the end of the veil. It's the end. It's the end. It's the end. The other girl, I was getting out of my car today, and I saw somebody riding a bike in the near my house. There was no one there. The bleed over is here. We're seeing into the different dimensions. And as I talk about the binary system, we've been soul tethered to a binary parallel universe that is underneath the firmament below. So it's more like inner earth. We're getting free from that. They're sucking off of the carbon 12 energy. How can you access this? On the other side of Antarctica. Why do you think they don't let nobody over there? And all the leaders of the world, they can't agree on nothing, girl, but they came together to agree that we should sign a treaty and not go exploring Antarctica. We're going to keep it peaceful over there and then mess up the entire world. Well, easy for them to do, because this world is a stage. Literally, it is a movie set. The real Earth is on the other side of the ice wall, as it talks about in the Cosmic Bible. It talks about it there. That's where it is. All those tropical lands and magical, forests and all of that. It's all there. This is a stage that they always just reset, girl. They just reset it to confuse you. And then you start looking, well, where's this real place and where's it? None of it is real. Is real? Is it real? Girl, I don't know. Is it real? I don't know. It's late. I'm just saying. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. So what we're doing at the end of this 12th cycle is we are faced with the mirror. Yeah, said this last year, but now it's just coming through a whole different way. We're faced with the mirror. We're faced with the bow. We're faced with the aluminum and the carbon, the 13th vibration, the copper, and then we got the thing that soul tethers, right? The barium, the thing that soul tethers, right? It cannot live independently from us. This is the battle of light versus dark. Come July, God will face its shadow. That was the channel a few months ago. Come July, God will face its shadow. Well, we are already here. We are picking up on this thing early. This is who's fighting. It's the other Lord that they speak of. Bow. These are elements and matters that God uses to express itself. And the AI has joined the war. So as much as this is aluminum, we also have, they had to traverse. Remember, they bought the inversion of AI because they are trying to get something to rival this, the copper. That's why they need you out there fighting and fueling their system. But we didn't go. So like, what we gonna do? Let's get our boy Doubting out here. Let's train him. We got rid of Charlie a little bit too early. We need a little bit more juice. So this is what we have so far in this. Really could keep just going on, but it's like, why? Okay. QUN, Dragon Age Universe. Interesting. Hold up. The QUN is a sweeping philosophical, and societal code. It dictates every aspect of life, governing everything from jobs, social, architect, and is strictly followed by the Canary people. Society under the QUN is determined prioritizing the collective over the individual. Interesting. So it's the Dragon Age. That's the important thing. What have I been saying? I said when the 12 strand DNA comes online, it activates your dragon DNA. That's why you can't, if you still with doubting this information, you will be lost in the sauce forever, and you will go down, with this old paradigm, because you got to account for the number 13th. It brings the dragon DNA online. This is the point of why I said QUN, because we're talking about 12. When the 12 has done its job, then all prehistoric, all primordial, everything emerges all at once. It's a total convergence. It's a collapse. Everything swallows in because you turn in. The 12 now creates a sinkhole. When you wake up, when the clock strikes 12 and you finally awoke right at that time where it like dings, it's a sinkhole. You collapse, you turn in, everything coils onto itself, and then it's an activation of everything that the carbon 12 atom is, the carbon-based beings are, which is everything in creation, which is God that uses elements and matters to express itself. This is doubting, baby. This ain't got nothing to do about you. I give you too much credit up in this title, baby, because you are part of the lie, really, that's going away. That's just the truth. We're going back to the age of the dragon. You are the dragon. You're the dragon. You are the God. You are the elements and matter. That's big energy to hold. So when we have the July, God faces its shadow, then we have the collapse, and then we have that ascension in to now become the black dot, the 12-strand DNA, activating the dragon DNA, the 13th code of the universe, the law of Ma'at. Now the hands of time switch, and that's the problem. That's the Robin Hood energy, where his last name, Etherly, was in that vibration of the wealth clearing. It's a clearinghouse that happens to that set of beings, where the wealth now turns back in and everything gets consumed. They lose it all. And so with the this Downton Chud guys, just the last ditch effort to power their false system with they got the inversion of AI, but what it really is the aluminum. That's why they had to bring the AI, guys, because the aluminum, which is the coppered colored beings, the ones in the vibration of Judah, where the Christ originated from. This is the true golden age that Trump kept talking about. It's all getting very sick now. We're going to get to the golden age. Yeah, that's when the golden people, the copper colored race, were tilling the land and was getting their butts whooped, and they were being hung and all of that. That's the dog whistle. I'm getting that right now. That's what it was saying. They were speaking in code. It's all very sick. Because remember, who's inside of that body is Bao. That is who is there. It ain't even Trump. Trump's been gone. That's who's there. It's this. It's this. And it's a tug of war between these two elements. This element needs to soul tether to this, to the copper. We are all cut from this 12th carbon atom. That's what I'm saying. That's the infraction. This is when this used to work as one, not as a soul tether, but it used to be a continuous flow, because what you're looking at is good versus evil. This is what we're looking at, God versus the devil. I don't care how you spin the block in any concept in this matrix. We always have to go back to duality until we reach number 13th. And then we get something a little bit better than duality, than the stark differences, right? This used to be all connected. Well, this energy, I don't know, it got a little greedy. I saw it in my session. It was like, oh, you used to do what now? Tell me what? You used to be able to heal like this? Oh, I need to have that power for myself. Ain't nobody looking. I'm just skim a little off of the top here. You know, it's like you're stealing from yourself. It's weird. So it starts to fragment. And now light and dark become aware of themselves. They used to coexist together as one, being balanced. But see, this one wanted to steal from itself. And so now it's out there by itself, and it's like, dang, I can't be out here alone. I need this, but dang, they separate now. What am I going to do? I'm going to attack. It's a parasite. I'm going to attack and soul tether to them. And that's how we got Bao. This is how we get Bao. Bao was never, ever, it was balanced. It was balanced until it was fragmented. You were balanced until you were fragmented. You were balanced until you became aware of the imbalance within yourself. It's all fixing this. It's all fixing this. And when we fix this, we get rid of the mutation. When we get back to this, so I don't care what race you are, when you come into my sessions, I'm an ancestral medium. Every ancestry that comes through my door is all melanated, because I am going layers deep. Yes, I may pull some different beings and some different ancestors that just passed away, but when I do my light language, it takes me back here naturally. I can't help it. This is where we go every time. I'll have Asian clients. all of their ancestors when they show up. Yes, they're Asian, but they're dark. We're going back to when everything was just, because out of the darkness, right? The darkness can hold in, it's not the absence of light, it holds in all light. So every single ancestor, the light language naturally takes me the closest back here. No matter your race, this is who you are. And when we live outside of this, we get this fragmentation. And then we start fighting over something that is actually the same. But when you separate it from yourself, there was a part of you that was feeble, a part of you that did not know that you needed the other. Light and dark must work together. It is a force. It must work together, because if not, it starts to consume. One starts to want to consume it, and the other one wants to get free. We've been stuck in this dance. One wants to consume it, the other one wants to get free. One wants to consume it, the other one wants to get free. We've been stuck in this dance. We can't do that in the 13th vibration, because all your faculties have to come online. So the ascension is here. The law of Ma'at is coming back. Your carbon-based DNA is turning back online. Your carbon-based Ma'at law, myopic law, is coming back online. This is what it is. So this is what we have. This is what we have so far. And so now when we zone out, look at where we went, and now go back to this clown here. Go back to him. That's what we're really up against, what we're really dealing with. And then this is what they show us. And you got people online doing whole think pieces. They have no idea. This is not just skin deep. This is galactic. So last thing I'll say is that they're trying to do a reverse thing. This is what they're doing with this guy. Let me show you what's about to happen. The PSYOP continues. Bringing it back to the 3D, because this is where most people are. So I'm going to be here for a second. This is what they're going to do. Because they couldn't get the carbon-based beings, the copper beings, the true AI, aluminum beings out there. They couldn't get them out there. So what they did was they gave them an astronomical bond, 1.25 million. They gave them astronomical bond. You got people who raised, there's actual people who raised money for him to get out of, to bond himself out, but he can't get the money because the judge shut the app down or whatever. I don't know. So you got these people riled up. You got those far right people that, that they want to enslave in the future. You got them riled up. So they gave him this. And so what they're going to do is they're going to overlay how they treated the copper carbon-based beam. They're going to overlay that on top of him. This is this thing. So, hey, if we can't get the real thing back, what we can do is we can superimpose the traumas of the group of people on top of this guy. We're going to superimpose it. And so it's going to quietly start to signal out to the copper-based beings and the carbonates to come on out. Because what's going to happen if he beats this case? All the odds stuck against him. The trial of the century. Not really, but, a trial girl. If he beats it, now we're looking back at a system of injustice. Let's go ahead and let's hit the emotional body of the carbon-based copper beings again. And they'll be staring in the mirror once again. The system that they thought they had become too good to care about. We're going to punish them for not caring about oppression anymore. We're going to punish them. And we're going to use Chud the Builder to do it. Who's with me? I'm just saying. So this is what they're doing. Wait for it. They want to riot. So if this guy gets out wearing his clown shoes, then, you know, they want to push a riot of Black people in the street because they just need the energy because you're a semiconductor. You semiconductor, you carbon-based being, you all of that. We just covered it. And you're here to free humanity, lead us to the 13th vibration and spear. And they don't want us free. That's just the realness of it. And we can all just activate our 13th strand DNA by healing. That's it. And that's all. There's really nothing more to say. Guys, like the video and subscribe to this vibration, everyone. All right. Oh, thank you. Oh, you sent me. Thank you, Keisha. You sent me a video. A video in the email regarding the periodic table. Okay, I'm gonna look at that. We're gonna continue with this. There's a lot to do. Thank you. The #1 claim of what is in the chemtrails is barium and aluminum. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I didn't know that, Austin. The #1 claim of what is in the chemtrails is barium and aluminum. Remember, I was like, sprinkle. It's like they sprinkling it. I was like, shut up, Tishia. It's like they sprinkling it. That's what I was getting. That's kind of crazy. See, we're that telepathic thing, Austin, already coming on in. Thank you. Yeah, you was about to say about the map upside down. Okay. Thank you, guys. "13th emerges from the union of the 12. That's it. And when we look at the union of the 12, we got to look at everybody coming back together. So as much as I understand, we want to have these leaders, right? Because we feel like these leaders work for our group, but they don't. None of these leaders are leaders because they're in a system that cannot be led. They're in a Barium system that literally got so greedy that it separated itself from its lifeline. And so this is who's been running the show. It's the one that needs to soul tether in order to be powered. And that's just ending. It's just what it is. You can't stay. It's the end, baby. It's gone. And so there isn't any leaders, guys. It's when we all come together. That's when we crash the system. Because it's the true completion of the 12. It's really you just in following Christ. That's the whole point of the 12 disciples. They've just followed Christ. That's it. It's you are following the light. You are one with the light. That's all of these stories, when you scale it back down, it's always going to be duality until we get out of this construct. It's always light versus dark. It's always, and that's the whole point. When they give you these characters, it's to explain elements of matter. That's it. And I heard that, 15 years ago, you got the brothers, talking about this stuff. But today it came through. So for me, I have to wait until I embody. I channel with my body, with my essence. I have to wait until it flows through me to be expressed. All right, guys, there's so much going on. I'm sorry if I missed anything, but we will pick up with this in the next video. If you have an idea for the title of this video, because it really ain't got nothing to do with Chud. It's everything to do with, with this kind of template and elements that we kind of zoned out to. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you. This was such a good stream. Thank you. See, I kind of like this being gone for a few days because it gives me time to allow all the messages to build. Because even though like I'm receiving source codes in my sleep, like just in my little daily stuff, so it gives time for the source codes to kind of come together. And I sometimes I'd be like, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I know I'm gonna say something. I just come here and I just know that the source codes will show up, you know. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, love you more. Thank you. Love you more, Amy. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is. Thank you. Like on the way out. Hit that like button on the way out, baby. And if you want to book a session with me, guys, you got to get your hand on this session, baby. I've been having a blast. I love these sessions. They're so much fun. Quantum telepathic reading with energy healing, guys. I'm telling you that light language be lightning. We be taking you back the ancestral codes, channeling all your past life stuff, even all of your family stuff. Everything just comes together. We do have some people participating in some free sessions with my apprentices. So if you'd like the opportunity for a free session with my apprentices, then go ahead and email me instructionsforhumanity@gmail.com. If you want to book a session with me, go ahead and find that on the website instructionsforhumanity@gmail.com. Lego, Lego, Lego. Bye, guys. Sweet dreams.